What if you worked from anywhere at any time and still got paid way more than someone with the same job in the same industry? Sounds very appealing, right? This is what a majority of successful freelancers are doing. But why even go for a job if an option like this exists? The truth is that the barrier to starting your own freelancing business is way bigger than you can imagine. While a job and freelancing require the same amount of effort when it comes to offering our work, the difference is crossing that huge barrier we talked about. The barrier of having a strong pipeline of great clients. While getting a job is already hard, consistently landing clients in freelancing is way harder. The hardest part of establishing that pipeline of great clients is to get your first few clients that are ready to pay the big money. In this video, I'll walk you through the things you should do before starting your freelancing journey. These steps will ensure that you don't stray away from the right path and end up putting all your efforts into things that are pretty much useless and time-wasting. The very first thing you must do is to decide on the service and proposition. Turning what you know into a service is the very first step towards becoming a freelancer. To do this, you'll need to identify something you can do which can help someone for them to pay you in return. Try to put yourself in the shoes of your ideal client. What problems do they have and how what you know can help resolve the issue? If you've used any popular freelancing platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, etc., you'll immediately recognize the fact that people are always looking for other people to solve their problems. That's why clients come to these platforms. But the issue is that most clients coming on these platforms won't choose you to solve their issue, and why is that? We'll talk about this later in the video. But for now, think of a way to create a package of your skills as a service. Write down what you can do, how you do it, and how it can help someone who's looking for a solution to their problems. Try to do this in a simple and concise manner. The simpler the better. The second step is to find your target audience. Most people start by just jumping on these crowded freelancing platforms and start sending proposals to basically anyone who comes in their way. While it may not be the worst thing to do, the fact is that it just doesn't work anymore. Gone are the days when there were just a handful of people submitting those proposals. You can search for any category and there are hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions, sending those same proposals to the same people. So how do you stand apart from these types of freelancers and focus on people who are actually interested in your services? You need to start by defining your ideal client. Who's an ideal fit for your services? Do these people share a common problem, or do they have any common characteristics or a similar industry? As someone who's new in freelancing, just being good at what you do is not enough. That's what jobs are for. As a freelancer, you'll need to get a sense of how to conduct business online and effectively communicate with your potential clients. You need to position yourself in such a way that the right people end up finding you at the right time. You'll need to take an active role in discovering your potential clients through all the online platforms, including freelance platforms, social media, content creation, and more. You'll need to get creative. One of my friends who's a successful freelancer used to visit crunchbase.com and look for companies that recently received funding. Then he'd go to hunter.io and enter their website to find emails of their company executives. Based on the job roles the company was actively hiring for, he would prepare an in-depth proposal targeting their special needs in a very specific way and would end up closing many of those big companies as clients. I'm not saying you need to do exactly this, but yes, you need to get creative using the combination of platforms you can use and the ways you can approach a client at the right time. Now the third step is to prepare a pricing structure. It would help imagine your services as a product. You need to package them in different combinations and tiers in order to justify having different pricing for different types of projects. The goal here is to maximize the amount you receive while making sure good clients are not backing out just because of the price. The easiest thing to do is to look for high-quality freelancers and what they're doing. Don't fall into the trap of offering cheap and affordable services in the start. If your skills are good, then your pricing should be based on how much value they add to your ideal clients and the time your services end up saving them. There are factors that can impact your pricing, like the duration, complexity, deliverables, location of the client, urgency, and more. Even if you're charging less, make sure to remember that your rates are not permanent. You can always change them in the future, so start at a price you feel most comfortable at. Then we move on to the fourth step, which is to have a great portfolio. One of the biggest sales push you'll ever receive in freelancing is through word of mouth, great testimonials, and an awesome portfolio. But what if you're just starting out and have no past experience or clients? In that case, I'd recommend spending a little time creating your ideal showcase projects by yourself. You can see many web designers do that. They would create super appealing websites based on an imaginary scenario to showcase as a project to their new clients. The advantage here is that you're not bound by your client's limitations, so you can literally go above and beyond to showcase what you can do through your portfolio projects. Make it an opportunity to not just tell but also show your clients your true capabilities. Your portfolio should show your best side of the work. Paint a very transparent picture of your contributions and the benefits you can yield for the clients. Include case studies, testimonials if possible, data-driven benefits, visual aids, samples, mock-ups, etc. The next step is to learn the art of writing great proposals. One of the crucial steps to having a great start as a freelancer is to know how to speak your client's language when writing a proposal. It should act as a bridge between the problem your client faces and the solution that you can provide to them. A proposal doesn't have to be long. I would say the shorter the better, since your potential clients might already be browsing through dozens of proposals. Don't make the mistake of structuring your proposals like a job resume. Freelance copywriter Andrea Lucia Mihalek from Upwork says these are the most common elements great proposals include: a quick, straightforward greeting and introduction followed by a concise restatement of the client's core need or problem. A clear statement that tells clients that you can solve their problem and that you can start right away. A short pitch, preferably 2 to 3 sentences, telling the prospective client exactly why you're an excellent fit for the job. A brief but detailed description of the methods and processes you'll use to approach the project and provide excellent service. Attachments such as relevant documents, files of sample works, or links to your portfolio demonstrating your past projects related to the client's needs. The sixth step is to work on relationship building. On surface, these steps sound super easy, but in practice, they're a lot harder than you can imagine. Most people lose out on projects and recurring revenue from clients in freelancing because of the lack of relationship building, even if it's only a one-time project. Believe me, you'll encounter a lot of those clients again in the future if you work on the relationship. Here are some important points to remember to always have a good rapport going on with your clients. Offer exceptional service when it comes to work. If you believe in charging good prices, then you must also believe in providing excellent service as your chance to build a long-term relationship. Don't treat your client like your boss. You're not an employee but a partner in business. Having this mindset helps you develop the needed boundaries and have your clients develop a sense of respect for you. Adding additional value. It's always good to go the extra mile for great clients to make sure they remember what you did for them. Now, the last and crucial step is to keep repeating the previous steps. This is also one of the most difficult steps to put into practice. Consistently doing these steps for months will help you iterate and experiment with things that work for you. You'll end up finding many little details that end up making the final difference in whether you get the client or not. And believe me, these small details are mostly different for everybody. It can be the way you explain your pricing structure when related to the type of service you provide. It can be the way you personalize your proposal for each individual client. It can be what you say during your client calls or how you present yourself as a personal brand online in your content creation. So, are you ready to put everything in practice instead of just thinking about it in 2024? Clients are actively looking for freelancers, and there are always plenty of clients. Even in a recession, there are always people looking for freelancers to solve their problems. But the path to starting and getting your first good client is the one where you'll learn the most. After that, it's all about repeating those steps again and again and refining them with every new client you land. But for a good start, make sure you follow the steps mentioned with all your heart. Listen to each word said in each step closely, and you'll often find details that you missed the first time you watched this video. If you like this one, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll try to keep posting more awesome videos, but I need your support to stay consistent, so don't forget to like this. Thanks.